17 years ago, you were in the Evening Times when you had just got your big break in Sunset Boulevard. And the headline is, I just want a pie and some iron brew.
Yes, and still to this...
Did you ever find the pie? You were saying how you couldn't find good Scotch pies.
You can't find them in England.
Really?
No. And the thing is, when... look at those pictures.
Look at
Look at that.
Your hair.
Look at my hair. Look at that.
Is it cold?
No, it just went that way. I have wavy hair. I have really wavy hair. But anyway, I used to have friends send pies down. I used to have them send flat sausage down. I call it sausage with the stones in it.
Like square sausage?
Oh, I love it. Love it. Sausage with some mashed potatoes. But, I haven't found very good pies. You know, the one thing, though, the meat in the pies has gotten smaller.
Has it? I'm vegetarian.
You are. Well, you wouldn't know then, would you? But the meat is like a little dollop of meat they put in it. It's got a lot of pie around it. You know, somebody needs to come out. Here's an idea. Somebody needs to make good Scotch pies and put a lot of meat in them.
Maybe you should do it. You've done skincare. You could do pies.
Cooking's not really my thing. Cooking's not really my thing. Although I'm not bad at it. But yes, pies, bridies, sausage rolls. Oh, slap some beans on it with some HP sauce. Oh, Bob's your uncle.
But what's it like looking back 17 years ago? Now, obviously, you've had a lot of success. This is when you were just starting out. What's it like?
Sunset wasn't the beginning, as most of you know. It was anything goes. It was beginning. This was kind of the, put me on a different rung on the ladder, working with Andrew Lloyd Webber. But I look back on it, and to me, it's amazing because I never thought that when I was younger that I would be doing what I'm doing, and never thought that I would be working with Andrew Lloyd Webber. And there I am, looking back on it now, and it's part of my career and part of what I've done. So it makes me smile. It makes me happy. And it's, I love the fact that I've done that, and that I've had that part of my career because, you'll never get that back.
Exactly. So when you're back in Glasgow, is there anything you like to do when you get some free time?
Drink. No. No, when I'm up here, most of my time is committed to solely doing the pantomime, and you've known me for a long time with the stuff that I do, and I commit very heavily to what I'm doing, and I don't go out because it's unfair if I go out, and if I, unfortunately I did get ill last year, but I didn't go out. But if I went out, I would get probably, even sicker quicker. So I just don't do it. I commit to the job. But I do tend sometimes, I sneak out, because Jeanette and Ian and I snuck out to a club here and sat up to the wee hours of the morning towards the end of the pantomime run and had dinner and a really nice time, but I'm not telling you where it was. But it was lovely, lovely.
So you've now worked in LA, Hollywood, all that kind of thing. How come you're still coming back to lovely Glasgow to do panto?
The weather. I flew in the hurricane, the tail end of the hurricane. That was not a nice landing. No. I like coming back to Glasgow because it's where it's my home. It's my homeland. It's where I was born, where I was raised for a while. And it's where I also got my first big break, going to an audition here for Anything Goes. I also have received my honorary doctorate degree this year from the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, which it's changed its name now. I don't know what it is now.
I can't remember.
The Conservatoire of Araquara, Faramatarawara. Anyway, I'm sure someone will complain about that. But it's I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of my background, so that's why I always come back.
You are coming back to Glasgow on tour as well.
Yes, I am.
Are your mum and dad coming with you again?
They are. My mom she started her treadmill again, and she did 30 minutes the other day. She hasn't been very well. She had a bit of a scare, but she's fine, completely healthy now. She was treating it herself for an ailment, and it went septic. She got septicemia in her blood, and they caught it just in time. So she's much better. She's looking forward to it. My dad's looking forward to it. The big van that I drove around Spain will be driving me around the UK, and we call it Barry Vanilo.
Really?
Isn't that great?
That's so cool. We'll all look out for Barry Manilow.
Look out for Barry Manilow.
Go.
I love it. It was a new trip. Carol, my sister and I were like, what can we call it? And in Spain we did call it El Toro, right? Because
Right.
there's a bull on the back of it.
Oh, right, okay.
And I also have my Great Britain, my Scotland flag, my Scottish flag, and I also have the Welsh lion there. All the different, places that I'm attached to. So, yeah, Barry Manilow is going to take us around the country.
That's great.
It's not camp at all, is it?
Not at all, no. So why do you like to get your mum and dad involved with the tour?
Well, because the show itself is like, I always call it, it's family entertainment. And family entertainment goes back to the days of Morecambe and Wise, and, even with the Crankies now, it's family entertainment that you do things, and you can do things in the show that are for adults, that goes over the kids' heads. And again, people complain about it, but get over yourself. That's what traditional entertainment is all about, double entendres. And my mom and dad are part of the show. It sort of happened by accident. I've got a couple of surprises up my sleeve this year, particularly for my Glasgow show, because that's the last one. And a couple of things will happen at the SECC, my concert, that have not happened over the rest of the country.
Okay.
So there's some surprises.
Can
because
you
it's.
remember when again?
I haven't been asked. Did you?
Yeah.
Remember when? Yeah, but see, that's been done then for them.
That's true,
So
yeah.
it's done. But I do have another thing for them. This one, it's more fun than it is sentimental. I've got a sentimental one, and I've got a fun one to do with them. The fun one is, the story I'm going to tell about it. My mother. It's taken my mother. It's been 30 odd years since that story. The story? 20 some odd years. Since that story happened, that she's never allowed me to talk about it. She wouldn't allow me to put it in my book, and now she's allowing me to talk about it on stage. Finley knows the story. It's amazing, isn't it?
It's scandalous.
It is. It's a bit shocking. You'll see my mom and dad in a whole different light.
Oh, look forward to that then. So obviously they live over in the States.
They do.
Would you ever move there permanently?
No.
No.
I will be. My feet are firmly planted over here. I hold a British passport. I will, my partner's here. That's not to say that I won't go work over there, but when I'm done working, I'll come back. And it's not to say that I won't have a place over there, an investment property and stuff. So I will, and my family's over there anyway. My mom and dad, my brother and sister, my nieces and nephews. So I do go back to the States, and I think that people will expect that. But I'm not going to pack up and leave here.
What about movies? Is that the next thing that you'd like to do? Obviously, having done Torchwood and everything over
To be
there.
honest with you, we were contacted about a movie that Drew Barrymore is going to be directing. They were asking my availability for it, but I can't do it because of pantomime.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it wasn't meant to be.
No.
Wasn't meant to be. So the fact is, and I was offered a couple of TV shows in the States, other series. There's other things that are in the things that I don't talk about that have been happening that we're pursuing. But so it's movies could be in the. I'm not actively going out there and auditioning for films. I always believe that if something's going to happen, it'll happen, and it's nice to be approached about stuff like that. So you never know. You might see me on the big screen.
Did anything ever happen with Glee?
No. I went to a meeting about that to let them know of my interest, and nothing ever happened. So it wasn't meant to be.
No.
Nope. Glee was not meant to be for me.
So you're always over in Glasgow. Have you got any plans to buy a property here?
I don't because, I say I don't. We have thought about it, but if I were going to buy something here, I want it on the coast. I want it by the sea, but I wouldn't get to use it very often. I know it's only an hour flight up, but it's getting, you can take the train up, but it's getting up here. And people in Glasgow will know when I say this, they much rather go to a sunny place for their vacation, and I'm the same way. And we used to come back to Glasgow when we were kids for vacations, and we as kids used to complain, we're going to the place with all the clouds. But that's not to say the people aren't sunny themselves, but it's, what I'm talking about. So we've talked about it, but we probably have some place. I'd love a place up by the water, by a loch, or I don't know. I think I'd be a nightmare in such a secluded place by a loch. Nothing to do. Anyway, are you? You're hot. Okay.
I think we've been wound up.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much. Nice to talk to you again.
You too.
Appreciate it. Thank you all.